We're letting you know right out the gate, this video is brought to you by Raycon. Gonna talk about that a little later, but first, there's a new Hellraiser movie, and I feel like I'm getting this video to you a little late, but here's why. Hear me out on this. Well, I was sick this week, feeling much better now, thank you. But that's not why. I actually got the opportunity to get the screener for this movie about a week ago or so, but when you get the screener to screen a movie at home that's not out yet, for the entire movie, when you're watching it, there's this watermark across the screen. Watermark like that, just there. The entire time. And I spend the entire movie trying not to look at the watermark, watch the movie, but I'm looking at the watermark, but I'm trying not to, but I am. So as much as I wanted to do the smart business decision thing of watching the movie early so I can get the review up when the embargo lifted, I wanted to enjoy the movie sans watermark. Figure I'll just watch the movie when it comes out on Hulu. So now I have. Enough talking about that. Let's talk about it. So Hellraiser is directed by David Bruckner, and it's a 2022 reimagining of Clive Barker's Hellraiser. Which is not to say it's a remake of Hellraiser. It's not like Disney live action where you're like, oh, it's the same plot, same movie, only worse. No, it's not the same plot as the original Hellraiser. It's a new movie, new Hellraiser. And in this movie, this girl and her boyfriend steal this box. We all know what the box is. They don't, but it's obviously a puzzle. And as every puzzle begs to be solved, the tinkering and the clicking starts, and then her friends start disappearing because Cenobites are getting them. I feel like I want to just jump right into talking about the Cenobites because they were absolutely the coolest part of the movie. I mean, they're gonna be. You know they're going to be. I mean, they should be anyway. Which I guess is a positive for review's sake. They are. New Pinhead, female Pinhead this time around. That's right, it's very new for people who don't have the internet. Progressive, maybe, but sorry to tell you, Hollywood, Rule 34 had you beat on that one years ago. I mean, so I've heard anyway, for the sake of research for this movie. What are you doing? Don't open that folder. But the movie's very subtle in rolling out the reveal of the Cenobites. I did like the slow trickle of seeing more and more as the Cenobites kill more and more. I'm sorry. Bring pleasure to. It was just great horror, great sound design, great visuals, ominous music, creepy sounds that the Cenobites are making. The chatterer, you know, the teeth chattering ones there. The lighting is just dreary and you know someone's gonna die. The Cenobites in the original Hellraiser, very black and white. The Cenobites this time around, a fleshy white and red color scheme. They actually look like some creatures from New Phyrexia in Magic the Gathering. Modern, yes, but still horrific. I appreciated the fact that they modernized the look of the Cenobites, but does not make it any less horrific.
What is it you pray for?
Their character models are still skin that's been cut and peeled up over and stapled to their shoulders or whatever the fuck. And that's always been a big thing in Hellraiser. It's a thing that they had to nail in this new Hellraiser. The body horror has to be horrific, but you just can't look away. I will say for a time in this movie, I felt like this movie was just one of those supernatural movies. My friends and I are getting terrorized. We have to investigate to find out why this is happening. You kind of gotta bite a stick and get through that to get to the good stuff, which is essentially the Cenobites. But at a point, the movie does elevate to being more Hellraiser than another 2022 horror movie with that premise. It has its growing pains, what can I say? But when you get there, when it becomes Hellraiser, you get there. You get there with a vengeance. You feel rewarded for getting there. I will say, look, I felt the cast did a good job in this movie. I wanted to root for their characters more than I ended up rooting for them. At a point where I was like, all right, I'm doing the math and you're pretty much Cenobite cannon fodder. Now I'm looking forward to the Cenobites killing you. That's why you're here. You're bait. And I was fine with them being bait. They had a little more edge to them than most group of friends in a supernatural horror movie have. That said, they never moved past being Cenobite for me. Probably because I started laughing at a point. They would scream at each other all the time. Even before the supernatural stuff starts going down, screaming at each other. Then the shit starts hitting the fan, screaming at each other. There's a group of people you would sit down, you just want to be like, do you feel this friendship is healthy for any of you? So I will say, in a world of remakes, reboots, remakeables, reimaginings, all the re's, Hellraiser is one of those movies that I felt did the legacy of Hellraiser justice. Hellraiser's always been such a unique premise to me. You know, there's so many movies where supernatural bad things are happening and now people are gonna die because of the supernatural baddies. But Hellraiser is distinctly Hellraiser. It's one of these rare cases where I get why the reimagining happened. But I will say, in a world of Cenobites being Cenobites and Hellraiser being Hellraiser, I feel like the original Hellraiser say the original too. They can coexist in a universe with this Hellraiser. It's not like this undoes that. Right? In my space of headcanon, that's just how it is. It's like, oh yeah, the original Hellraiser exists and this Hellraiser exists, and it all happened. And if that's impossible because Hellraiser canon, stop. I'm taking this from me. What can I say? Ended up having myself a good time. No alcohol required. Based on this review, was I rooting for the baddies? Yeah. I'm cool with that. And as I said before, this video is brought to you by Raycon earbuds. Raycon earbuds are those slick, stylish, true wireless earbuds that come in at about half the price of the competition and still crank out that sound. Because music without good sound, what's the point? They have optimized gel tips for a snug fit. Here comes the demonstration. It's tradition at this point. They're not gonna fall out of your head. You can cycle through the different sound options by holding in the left button on the left earbud for 3 seconds. Really optimize how you like to listen to your music. Raycon's been a sponsor of my channel for a while because I legitimately use these earbuds every day. Use them while I'm working out, chilling, listening to music while passing the time doing menial tasks. And because convenience is never overrated, never out of date, Raycon earbuds do offer wireless charging. So click the link below, go to buyraycon.com/Johns, get yourself 15% off your order, and thank you very much to Raycon for sponsoring this video. I do appreciate that. Alright, so Hellraiser, the new one, the reimagining, the 2022 Hulu edition. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.